Welcome to fabulous Lake Tahoe, your local's guide to the very best of America's year-round playground. I'm Jack Durst, and if you're looking for a culinary adventure, Tahoe has one in store for you. This weekend, October 1st through 3rd, Harrah's Lake Tahoe is hosting the Lake Tahoe Food and Wine Festival, featuring Martin Yan of Yan Can Cook, celebrity chef Elizabeth Faulkner of Citizen Cake, and Travel Channel host and author Anthony Bourdain of Anthony Bourdain's No Reservations. But if you've just come to see the speakers, you've missed the point. The point of the thing is to explore the many wonderful fine dining options in Lake Tahoe. And I'm here to tell you about some of the locals' choices that you might not find out about from the Food and Wine Festival website. The festival kicks off Friday night with a dinner at Harrah's award-winning restaurant Guy Fu Lo, cooked by Martin Yan himself. I know you guys have all tried his TV recipes. Well, this is your chance to see if your cooking measures up to the real thing. Martin Yan, backed by the Guy Fu Lo staff, is going to be doing some of his very most famous dishes Friday night. And you're invited. Then at 7:30 in the South Shore Room, come see why Elizabeth Faulkner's creative approach to pastry has revolutionized the San Francisco culinary scene. She'll be giving a presentation on slow food, molecular gastronomy, and a dynamic cooking demonstration of how you can make pastries just like hers. Also Friday evening, Gary Vaynerchuk, social media star and host of the WineLibraryTV blog, will be giving a wine tasting and lecture on pairing wine with food at 19 Kitchen Bar at the top of Harvey's. It's the same time as Elizabeth Faulkner, and personally I would go to the Elizabeth Faulkner lecture, but if you like wine more than you like pastry, you might want to go to Gary Vaynerchuk. And if you're interested in actually buying some good wine inexpensively, go to Dart Discount Liquor just up the street on the Nevada side. They have a huge library of wines from the cheapest to the most expensive, each of which has its Wine Spectator rating listed right there on the tag next to the price. It's a great way for somebody who doesn't know a lot about wine to get a really good wine really inexpensively. They have a great selection of expensive good wines too. Gary Vaynerchuk will tell you a lot about how to pick a good wine. So go down to Dart Discount Liquor and pick yourself up one of the wines he recommends. They have a huge selection and they're not expensive. Don't let the discount liquor title fool you. They have one of the best wine libraries in Lake Tahoe. In the morning, I want to encourage you to break out of the Harrah's mold and go explore some of the great breakfast options we have here in local dining in Lake Tahoe. The best coffee in town is Alpen and Sierra Coffee House. It's real easy to get to. It's only a few blocks down the main drag from Harrah's, and they have great organic fair trade coffee from around the world. If you like to sample different coffee from different places and see if it's really all that different, Alpen and Sierra has an expert staff, and they have this great poster on the wall that will tell you exactly how to characterize coffee and how to become a coffee connoisseur if you're not. In terms of good places to eat for breakfast, get away from the casino coffee shops. Casino coffee shop breakfasts suck, and there are so many really good independent breakfast places in Tahoe. If you go up Kingsbury Grade to the Red Hut, that's where I have breakfast. They have really good classic American style breakfast, bacon and eggs, pancakes. Wonderful. Also, a little further into town, Heidi's. It's this chintzy little Swiss style building, beautiful ambiance inside, and they have the best crepes in town. You have to taste it to believe it. Heidi's has some amazing crepes. They have some brilliant banana, oh, God, it's so good. It cannot be explained. It has to be tasted to be believed. It's about halfway through town in the center with CVS Pharmacy. It's a Swiss-style building with a clock tower. The clock doesn't work. It's permanently set to 4:20. But there are a lot of great breakfast places in Tahoe. Yelp on your cell phone breakfast, and you'll get a dozen different answers, and they're all good. Do not eat casino cafe breakfast. Go for an independent place. There are so many good independent places that I can't even list them all. Later on October 2nd, Saturday's events are the main expo to the Food and Wine Festival. In the Expo Center at Harrah's, you will see cooking demonstrations from Martin Yan. He will be giving his famous Yan Can Cook demonstration. Also, Elizabeth Faulkner will be giving her presentation on pastry cooking. There will be an expo teaching you how to cook the famous dishes from Harrah's. Harrah's has a chain of casinos all over the nation, and they all have chefs, and all of Harrah's chefs are going to be at the expo. On Saturday afternoon, after the Culinary Expo is over, go upstairs to Friday's Steakhouse. Great view of Lake Tahoe, beautiful location, and to actually taste some wine with Gary Vaynerchuk as your guide. No pretentiousness here, just a clear and simple explanation of what to look for when selecting a wine for any occasion. Then at 7:30 on Saturday, October 2nd, Anthony Bourdain of Travel Channel's Anthony Bourdain No Reservations will be giving a lecture at Harrah's South Shore Room. He is the best-selling author of many books, including my own personal favorite, Anthony Bourdain Kitchen Confidential. This was his first best-selling novel. It talks about his 30 years in the restaurant industry, and Anthony Bourdain's whole thing is telling stories of what it is like to be the chef. He's not about cooking per se, it's more about the culture of restaurants and being a chef, and not so much how to cook as what is it like for food to be your passion and food to be your life. He's a fascinating speaker. He has hours and hours of stories to tell. He will keep you spellbound. If you've ever seen his TV show, you know that Anthony Bourdain is a master storyteller. Besides being a master chef, he is a master storyteller, and he really knows how to tell a story, and man does he have a lot of stories to tell. I highly recommend you get his book, Kitchen Confidential. Also, his latest book, Medium Raw, A Bloody Valentine to the World of Food and the People Who Cook, which is currently on the New York Times bestseller list. Any of Anthony Bourdain's books are good, and his lecture will be even better. This is definitely the one not to miss if you're going to be going to just one of the lectures. On Sunday, October 3rd, there will be a farewell brunch at Harvey's 19 Kitchen and Bar with a variety of delectable dishes from all over Harrah's empire. They're going to have the debut of the Harrah's 7-Star Cookbook. Yes, you too can learn how to cook like a casino coffee shop cook. I don't think anyone going to the Food and Wine Festival wants to learn how to be a casino coffee shop cook, but you can get their cookbook too. I'm sure all of Anthony Bourdain and Elizabeth Faulkner's books will be available too, and they have much better books than the Harrah's cookbook, but you gotta give some props to the host. And of course, Harrah's is not the only restaurant in town. If you're a fan of the Anthony Bourdain Meet the Chef, learn his stories, see the food cooked right in front of you, you will love Fire and Ice. Walk down to Heavenly Village. It's on the same side as Harrah's, about a block down. There is this restaurant, Fire and Ice, an improvisational grill. You get to meet the chef, you get to watch him cook, you get to talk while they cook. Yelp doesn't list the best reviews for these people because a lot of people don't get this restaurant, but the idea is you come up with a list of ingredients, and like Iron Chef, they cook it right there in front of you out of the list of ingredients you come up with. It is an improv food place, not a menu place, and they will cook you just about anything. A very, very good restaurant, and if you like the sort of thing that Anthony Bourdain features on his show, you'll love Fire and Ice. And of course, the Harrah's thing is not the only thing going on this weekend in Tahoe. As is very typical of Lake Tahoe, we have multiple events at once. I strongly suggest that you make time this weekend to head out to Camp Richardson, which is about 10 miles down toward the California side, and check out their Oktoberfest. October 1st through 3rd, of course, is the beginning of October, which is the customary time for Oktoberfest, the celebration of beer and German cuisine. Totally different take on cuisine than the sort of haute cuisine that you get at the Harrah's Food and Wine Festival. You can sample microbrews from all over the country at Oktoberfest. There's some great German food, vendors. Camp Richardson is a beautiful historic setting. It's out on 89. You take 50 to the Y, make a right at 89, and go to the Tallac Historic Site. Check out the great historic buildings there and enjoy some wonderful German cuisine at Oktoberfest. After Oktoberfest, stop by the Brewery at Lake Tahoe. It's a brick building across the street from Heidi's, about halfway through town, next to the Village Mountain Surf Shop, and sample the local microbrew that is actually brewed here in Lake Tahoe. They're the only brewery in Lake Tahoe that actually brews their own microbrew on site. You can see it made. You can get a tour and watch them make the beer. Good way to celebrate Oktoberfest is to see beer made. Also check out Stateline Brewery, which is a little closer to Harrah's. Stateline Brewery makes a great detour from the Food and Wine Festival. They have a wide selection of microbrews, and they're walking distance from Harrah's, so it's a good stop for when you're sick of drinking wine. You can walk across the street and drink some beer at Stateline Brewery. Also realize that there are a great many restaurants in Lake Tahoe that are wonderful. If you like experimental Latin cuisine, you should check out Latin Soul, which is at Lakeside Inn about a block further into Nevada. If you like French cuisine, go up Kingsbury Grade to Mirabelle. It's this little tiny hole-in-the-wall French place, but they have the most fabulous gourmet French cuisine. If you're a fan of Elizabeth Faulkner's brand of French cuisine, you'll like Mirabelle. They also have a lot of really good innovative pastries and coffees. Other good places, if you like fish, you can go to Fresh Catch in the Keys Marina and get your own fish fried up for you there, or you can go up Kingsbury Grade to the Chart House and have steak or fresh fish with a fabulous view of Lake Tahoe. Sunset dinner at the Chart House is expensive, but it is well worth it. It is one of the most romantic locations in Tahoe, one of the best places to take your date in Tahoe to impress them. If you want to find out more about Lake Tahoe restaurants, go to TahoeRestaurantWeek.com. Tahoe Restaurant Week was about a month ago. It's over now. The specials are over. However, all of these restaurants are still open, and you can find a great list of wonderful restaurants at TahoeRestaurantWeek.com. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, rate my videos. Thank you. Keep Tahoe blue.